Welcome to Decay Factor. Today is Monday, October 6th, 2025. Let's take a look at the market and see what's happening here. We're going to look at the E-mini S&Ps up by 30.75. That's a change of nearly 0.5% up, with the VIX futures nearly unchanged at just slightly up at 0.06%. Let's sort this by net change percent here. And let's see what the outliers are. We have Tesla up 4.5%, Microsoft up 2.5%, the Q's up 0.5%, or the Q's are up rather 1%. Amazon is up just over 0.5%, and IWM is up just over 0.5%. Nvidia is down just over 1%. The VIX is down almost 1%, with Apple coming in at 0.72% down, and DIA slightly to the downside. All right, let's take a look at our positions tab here. Before we do that, let's go take a look at the activity. I want to see what's happened here in the last week or so since we last had a session together. So we've been trading some futures here, but if we go back, we have MRK. We have a fill here on 10/3, and that would have been Friday, I believe. What did we do in MRK? Let's go take a look at this one. So we're just going to plug MRK in here and we'll see what the history is. This was a roll, apparently. So we have our original sell to open here, the 75 put, 95 call back on September 15th. And then we rolled this out from the October cycle to the November cycle. On September 25th, we collected an additional $46 cents in credit on one lot, $46. So that puts our total, let's just see here. So if we have 97 plus 46, puts us at a credit of $1.43. And then on 10/3, on Friday, we rolled the puts up from the 70 to the 85 and collected an additional $1.60. So we'll say $1.60. Should give us $3.03 in credit total on not MNG, on MRK. So let's go take a look at MRK here. We'll pull out the side panel. We'll go to the options chain. We see $3.03 is our total credit, and we have an 85 put and a 90 call. Let's go ahead and take a look at the analysis tab here and see what's happening here. We are trading between our strikes, which means since Friday when we rolled our puts up, because we would have only rolled our puts up if the call side was breached, because that's our mechanics. And so now we can see that neither one of those calls or sides are breached. The stock is trading right between our short put and short call. So let's take a look at MRK and just verify that we did have a pullback ever so slightly. Let's go ahead and change this to the 1 day, 1 year chart. Yeah, so you can see here, this spike right here, this is what caused us to roll those puts up. And then we had kind of a pullback here a little bit. So I'll zoom in on that just a bit so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. All right, so everything checks out there. Nothing we really need to do. We have our good till cancel order here at 260. And let's just talk about why we have the good till cancel order in here at 260. I'm going to pull up the calculator here with our total credits. And we're going to pull up another calculator here that shows our original credit, 97 cents times 0.5, because we're looking for a 50% target here. So that brings us to 48. So if we take 303 and we subtract 48 cents, it puts us at 255. We have a limit in at 260. I'm not really sure why I put the limit in at 260. I probably did this on mobile, so let's just double check that again. So we have 0.97 divided by 2 is 0.485. And then we have our credit, total credit, minus 0.485 puts us at 254. If we round that, we're going to say 255. I'm just going to go ahead and change this order here. And we're going to call it 255, just to make sure we get what we need to get out of that. So we just updated that order. Send it through. We'll go back to the positions tab and see 255 is what we're working on here. Let's go back to the activity tab and see if there's anything else that happened. We have some more micro E-mini futures here. We have JD filled on 9/29. Let's go back and look at the calendar. Yeah, that's one that we might want to review as well. So let's go to JD. We'll filter by JD. And we have our sell to open here at $1.15. Let's change this one here so we're looking at the right one here as well. Yeah, we have a sell to open order here, $1.15. Okay, so we're targeting 57 cents. Math is hard today. So $1.15 plus 88 cents because we rolled from Oct to Nov, and then we close it for $1.46. Okay, so we have 1.15 plus 0.88 minus 146 gave us 57 cents. So we got exactly what we were looking for. We closed JD for 50% of our profit, original credit, which was our exact profit target. Let's go back to the activity tab, we'll clear out JD here, and let's scroll down and see if there was anything else we need to look at. IBIT was the week prior, and we would have covered that in our last session together. So nothing new here except for all these little scalp trades here. I'm doing some, I don't want to say testing, but just learning in and out on micro futures. But that's not for this video. We'll talk about that separately. All right, let's go back over here to the positions tab. We're going to go ahead and sort alphabetically again. Let's take a look at BABA and see what's happening here in BABA. We'll go to vertical, call spread. We'll go to the analysis tab. We can see we're trading north of our long call here, which is not really where we want to trade, but that's okay. And then we have another one here that is at the 195-200. It's further north, and we are in the right zone on this one. So let's let both of these, pull both of these together and just kind of see. Yeah, we can see visually where we're at here on BABA. All right, nothing to do there, both defined risk. GDX, let's take a look here. Analysis tab. Oh, we have a strangle, and we are trading outside of our short call. So that means we need to roll the puts up here. So we're going to cancel this. We're going to take the puts here, roll strikes up, and we're going to go to the table tab, and let's see what we can do here. So we're currently with the 64 put, we're at the 6 delta. And what's our positional delta here? Positional delta is 51. So we want to reduce that delta down to, maybe 25, 30, somewhere in that ballpark here. So getting additional deltas here means how much do we want to get? If we pull this up to the 25 delta, that will give us an additional, I think, 19 delta, $1.31. We can come over here, $1.60. For 28 delta, that should give us 22 deltas. So I kind of like that one. Let's go to the 28 delta. So we're going to go ahead and route this. Before we do that, let's take a look at the chart here. I mean, gold has just been straight up. Like look at that. That's crazy. So we're just going to look for a little bit of a pullback here. So we'll go back to the trade tab, and I got really click happy here and may have lost what I was working on. Roll strikes up. We said we'd pull it up to the 28 delta for $1.60. Let's go ahead and route that. We'll send it, and we're filled in a short put roll for $1.60 in GDX. So a little bit of housekeeping here. We're going to select both of these strikes here. We're going to group those back as a strangle. And then let's go over here to the options chain and see if everything checks out. Because, we have to keep it honest here sometimes. So this is a position that we opened not at 134 today. So things look a little wonky here in GDX. Let's go over here to activity. Let's go to GDX and see what's happening here. And we'll close this one out. We're looking for our original sell to open here, which is on September 2nd. Just make sure it's right here. Yep, sell to open, 57 put, 75 call. Then on September 25th, we rolled from October to November, collected an additional $1.55, and then today we roll the puts up. All right, so let's do the math on this. 139 original credit times 0.5 gives us 69 cents that we're targeting. We'll go back over here. We'll open up another one. 139 plus 155 when we rolled it, and then to the next month, and then $1.60 today. Brings us to 454. So if we take 454 and we subtract 69 cents, brings us to 385, which 385 is where we need to put our close order. What did we say it was? I have a very short memory. 385. 385. And we'll put that in as a get to cancel order, review and send the order. And we will let that one rest. All right, GLD, Iron Condor. Looks like the call spread was breached here. We are trading outside of that. Let's go ahead and see what our options are for rolling the put side up here, because I'm not a big fan of rolling up in an Iron Condor, but let's see what happens here. So we were at a was it 4 wide? So if we want to go to 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8, 6 and 10. I mean, our deltas are just ridiculous here. Let's go up a little bit further. Let's go up to 20 and 24. So it's 46 cents. What's happening with our buying power? Were we so 1, 2, 3, 4? We're 4 strikes wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strikes wide. What's happening here? Oh, I pulled both the shorts over. Let's do this again. Roll strikes up. All right. We're $1 wide, I guess. Oh, what the heck? We're $5 wide. I need more sleep. Okay, that is more like it. That is way more like it. All right, so now let's go up here. 10 cents gets us up to the 8 delta. That wasn't even 8 delta, was it? Let's go up here to the 13 delta. Let's pull this guy up here. 46 cents for the 13 delta. That's not bad. All right, let's do that one. We got to close our order here in GLD. Let's route this one. 46 cents. Let's drop it down. And we're filled, rolling our put spread up in GLD for 45 cents. All right, let's ungroup these. We're going to group these back together as an Iron Condor. And then let's take a look at the options chain and make sure that everything looks good here. It shows our 35.40, 350, 355. That's all good there. So let's open up our calculator here. Our original credit was $1, so we know we were targeting 50 cents. We're at $1.73. 1 plus 0.05 plus 0.23 plus 0.45, $1.70. What is going on? 1 plus 0.05 plus 0.23 plus 0.45, $1.73. Minus 50 cents puts us at $1.23 for our target here. 1.23. Good to cancel and send that order in gold. All right, so I think we looked at everything. We looked at, BABA, GDX, and GLD. Let's see if there's anything that we need to close here. Oh, we have BABA. Look at that. 18 days. I missed 21 DTE. How in the world did I do that? This is the one that is in the money, which is our 170, 175. Let's go ahead and cancel this. And we are going to close it because I don't think we can roll it for credit. No, we certainly cannot roll that for credit. So we're going to close that dude out for $4.20 on BABA. Take a loss on that one on BABA. All right, everything else is 46. DTE, nothing to do there. Let's take a look at IV rank. Everything looks good here. And earnings, 10/29. So we got a few weeks left on that. CNC, Chipotle, MRK coming up. Let's just take a look at CNC and see how that one's coming along. CNC, we're down just a bit on CNC. Chipotle is a short put. We're looking pretty good in Chipotle. We're about 3 pennies away from closing that guy out. This was a defensive trade against a spread that went against us. I'm not doing as many of those spreads. I don't think I'm going to do as many of those spreads. I don't like those. And then MRK, we know about that one. All right. Let's see if there's any opportunity for us to put any new trades on here. We'll go to the filter, make sure that's looking right. Yep, everything's looking good in the filter. We have IV rank elevated in a couple of these underlyings just a bit. Let's take a look at Oracle here and see if there's anything we want to do in Oracle. And we'll go out to the 46 day. We'll take it to the table, bring it down to the 16 delta and the 15 delta. And we're going to have to buy the wings on this because, buy the $10 wings because it's a big product. So we're looking at $1.45. You know, the more defined risk trades that I do, the fewer defined risk trades I want to do. So I think I'm not going to take another defined risk trade right now. Been burned on those a little bit, and you just can't do anything about it. It'd take a loss, just like that last one. That just took a loss on. What was it? BABA. All right, let's go back to the watch list, see if there's anything else here. We have Barrick Mining. That one's down on the IV 5-day change. We have OSCR, which never really pans out for us, but let's give it a shot. We'll go to the 46, drop it down to 18 delta. And 15 delta, 10 pennies wide, 5 pennies wide. If we go to the expected move, we get 5 pennies wide here. Puts us a little bit more symmetrical from that standpoint. 229. The P50 is 78. CVAR's 12, 15, 14. Can't catch it. Buying power effects 221. Let's go take a look and see what's happening here over the year. I don't hate it. Let's route this. See if we can get filled in OSCR. Yeah, we're filled in OSCR on a short strangle for $2.20. 28 cents. We'll go ahead and group this one as a strangle and put our good till cancel order in 50% of max profit. Looking for $1.14 out of OSCR. Let's go back here to our watch list and see if there's anything else we want to put in. What's ETHA doing? So take a look at the chart. What do we have in ETH? Not too bad here. Much buying power. Buying power's cap requirement's 2581, so I probably don't want to put anything else in that. Well, I saw silver, 659. Let's take a look at silver here and see what it's doing. Silver is up with an IV rank of 54. Let's see what else we could do in silver, just in case there's any opportunity here. So let's go to the table tab. We'll go out to the 46-day, see if we can get any wider for 99-cent credit. That's the 8 delta. Let's go 16 delta. And 17 delta, it's only 89. Let's go 20 here, 19 here. Let's go just inside the expected move, or the one standard deviation rather. Dollar, that puts us at a 14 delta and a 22 delta. I'm going to bring this one into the 20 delta just a little bit more. $1.19, 442, 69 on the pop, 79.82 on the P50. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and route that one, see what happens here. Day order. Drop it down to $1.18. Yeah, looks like we're filling a short strangle in silver for $1.18. We'll go ahead and group this one here, and then we'll 50 cents. Couldn't think there for a second. What do I already have a quote? Oh, this one's the new one. 59 cents is what we're targeting. All right, we got 2 short strangles in silver. Watch silver just go wildly against us now. Wildly against us. DraftKings. Let's take a look at DraftKings. 46, 18, 22, $1.61, 80, 86, 77, 80. Yeah, let's run this one. It's a no-brainer on DraftKings. $1.59 credit on a short strangle in DraftKings, and we'll group it together. Maybe we'll group it together. And then a 50% profit target, looking to pull 79 cents out of DraftKings. Go back and let's take a look at Micron MU, short strangle, out in the 46-day on a 16 delta and a 16 delta. 717. Wow, let's go down to like 8 delta and see what happens. Buying power, I don't hate this one. Buying power effect is a little higher than one. $1.40 and 280. 140 puts us here. 280 puts us way up here. As much as I like MU on this setup, I'm not going to take it. It's getting a little big for me. KRE never has any premium. We traded KRE during that regional banking crisis. And it had a little bit of premium, but the premium to buying power effect here is just not something I'm interested in. Rocket Lab. Let's take a look at Rocket Lab. Trade short strangle, go out to 46 day. Strikes look a little wonky here. 20 delta, 30 delta. Yeah, I don't like it when those strikes look wonky. I can't even hit my deltas. And EWZ. I think we hit our last trade a few minutes ago. 52 cents. No credit there. All right. Well, we got a couple of trades on today. Let's just go back and recap what we did. We rolled our puts up in GDX, collected an additional $1.60. We rolled the put spread up in GLD and collected an additional 45 cents in that iron condor. We bought to close BABA for a loss. This was a call spread, and we paid $4.20 for it. OSCR, we opened a new short strangle for $2.28. And SLV, we opened another new short strangle for $1.18 credit. And then DKNG, we opened another short strangle for $1.59 credit. So 3 new short strangles today, closed a loser in BABA, and rolled puts up in GDX and GLD. All right. Join us again tomorrow on Tuesday for another run through of the portfolio. Thanks for watching.